Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube video. Here's the video on entity relationship model or ER model. So here I make some slides on entity relationship model, and without wasting further time, let's begin with the topic. Okay. So what is basically an entity relationship model or ER model? So this is a very interesting topic in DBMS. So guys, stay tuned with this video. Okay. So now the question arises is what is entity relationship model? The another name of entity relationship model is ER model. Okay. So the first point is an entity relationship diagram or a model shows the relationship of entity sets stored in a database. Basically, entity relationship model describes the relationship of entity sets. Okay. Now the second point is an entity relationship model also called as an entity relationship or ER model. Okay. Basically, it is a graphical representation of entity sets. Okay. Now the third point is entity relationship model includes some symbols. So for representing these entity, for representing the relationship between the entities, we have some symbols to identify that which type of relationship is there. Okay. So now second slides comes up. Yes. Now the second slide is symbols of ER model. Now what are the symbols of ER model? So the first rectangle shaped, as you are seeing in this slide, the rectangle shaped describes the entity. Okay. We have representing a rectangle by an entity. Now this diamond shape represent the relationship. Now this arrow shape represent the connectivity. Okay. Now this ellipse, we can say that ellipse shape describes an attribute. Okay. Now the third slide is rectangle inside rectangle represent the weak entity. Okay guys, what is weak entity here? Weak entity which cannot be uniquely identified by its attributes alone. Okay. Now what is weak entity relationship? Diamond inside diamond is represented by weak entity relationship. So weak entity relationship occurs in weak entity sets. Weak entity. Okay. Now the ellipse inside the ellipse represent the multi-valued attributes. Okay. Now the multi-valued attributes. Now this third is key attribute. Okay. What is key attribute here? If it is the unique characteristics of the entity, this is known as a key attribute, which can easily uniquely identified in a set. This is known as key attribute. Okay. Now the fifth symbol is like what is composite attribute. These are the symbols which you have to draw in representing the ER diagram. Okay. So what is composite attribute here? All attribute composed of many other attributes is known as composite attribute. We will discuss it further. So be with my video. Now the slide comes up with the classification of attributes. So what is classification of attributes here? Simple attributes. These are defined as the attributes in which we cannot divide into subpart. Okay. Simple attributes are those attributes in which we cannot divide into subparts of other parts. Okay. For example, ID, roll number, etc. Like if I take an example like ID, student ID like 1904697. So this is an ID number. Okay. So you cannot divide into further part because it is the unique number. Okay. Are you understanding? So as simple is the roll number. So this is the example of simple attribute. Now the second point is what is composite attribute? Composite attributes what is? Basically in this we can divide into subparts. So these are known as composite attributes. For example, name. In name, many of the people having the first name, middle name and the last name. Okay. For example, Vikram Pratap Singh. Okay. Vikram Pratap Singh. So Vikram is the first name and Pratap is the middle name and the Singh is the last name. Okay. Now the third point is simple value attributes. In this, we basically can have only one value. Okay. Simple value means, as you have suggested, like what the name is, simple value means only one value. Okay. For example, ID, roll number or Aadhaar number. Each of the student can have only one number, like ID number, roll number means identified number. Okay. Now the multi-value attributes. In this we can have more than one value or multi-value. For example, address, phone number, account number, etc. Can any person have many phone numbers, many account number or many addresses? Okay. So now the fifth point is what is derived attributes. When we derive an attribute from another attribute, then that derived one is called derived attribute. Okay. For example, the date of birth. Okay. How can we say that date of birth is a derived attribute? If you know the answer, you can comment on below. Okay. So DOB basically gives the idea of the age of that person. We can identify the age of that person by calculating the birth date. Okay. Or birth year. So now the sixth point is null attributes. What are null attributes? The value which is unknown attribute is known as null attribute. For example, blood group, license, etc. These are known as null attributes. So coming to the next slide. Now here we study the types of relationship between entity to entity. Okay. Now the first is one-to-one relationship. In one-to-one relationship, one record in a table is associated with the one only. Okay. Like customer bank account. So here is the block diagram of that. You can see that customer, and here is the relation C to A. One-to-one relation is their account. Customer have only one account and account have only one customer. Okay. This is known as one-to-one relationship. Okay. Now the second is one-to-many relationship. Here in this, each record in a table A may have many linked in table B, but each record in table B may have only one corresponding record in table A. Means if I take an example, painter to painting. A painter can draw many paintings, but a painting may be drawn by one painter. Okay. This is the best example to understand that which type of relationship is there. Okay. In this, we'll study one-to-many relationship. Now the third is many-to-one relationship. Many-to-one relationship is what? It contains value that refers to another entity that has unique value. Okay. It is the opposite of one-to-many relationship, as we have studied for later. Like painting is there, and here's the relationship P to P, and here's the painter. Painter can draw many paintings, but painting can draw by one painter. Okay. Many to many relationship क्या होता है? In this, multiple records are associated with the multiple records of another table, like teacher to student or CA to students. Like teacher can give many CAs to the student, and students can take many CAs by the teacher. Okay, so this is the best example of understanding the many to many relationship. Now the question arises in DBMS that what is specialization? Okay guys, that what is specialization here? So in specialization, an entity is divided into sub-entities. Okay, an entity is divided into sub-entities. Here is the top to bottom criteria here. Like If I take an example, motor vehicle, here's the relation is A, and motor vehicle category there are 5 vehicle: cars, scooters, motorcycles, buses and trucks. Basically specialization is a method to divide these entities into sub entities, okay, in top to bottom criteria. Now this third one is generalization. What is generalization? Basically, in generalization, two entities combine together to form higher level entity. It is this as simple as anything. It is the opposite of specialization. In specialization we do top to bottom criteria, and in generalization we do down to top criteria, okay. So like we have taken some motor vehicles first: cars, scooters, motorcycle, buses, truck, etc, etc. You can take many of them, and here's the relation in triangle is A, and now it is having the entity motor vehicle. So this is basically a generalization concept and specialization concept. I hope you all understand my video very well. So just hit the bell icon if you like my video, and just share my video if you really understand that what I am studying, what I am teaching to you. And that's all. Thank you.